Sup, it's Hallie. Welcome back to Club Meetings Season 2. When we last left off, we were about to do emails. I don't remember what was going on in the plot. I think Sayori was having some problems with her emotions, but yeah, other than that, we're ready to go.
We, of course, answer emails every week from the real world. And that could mean you. Just write into me at that place. And there's a great chance I'll show your email to the club live to get their answers. Just give us a moment while we set up. We're all set. Well, let's get started then.
Hi, Monica. I was wondering, could you show us who was talking in the very first scene at the beginning of episode 1 now? I mean, we know you guys pretty well now and we're curious, so hopefully no one would be freaked out if we revealed that now. Everyone be safe. Truisia, who was, it was Miss Ida, wasn't it?
Oh, interesting question. Well, we did have the privacy mode on for that. I don't mind if we show them now, though. They're kind of a part of our lives. Is everyone else okay with it if we show this?
Yes. I'm fine with it.
It's cool. Monica, could you please? Sure.
Override name box, true. What's this?
Alright, it's done. I think we have about as much privacy as we're going to get. Fine, then. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Okay, all in favor.
Aye.
All opposed.
Silence.
The motion carries.
A brief moment passes, then the sound of quiet, muffled sobs.
I hate this.
The crying continues for a few seconds.
I hate this. How could you all stand it? It's awful. It's not even... Hey, stop it. But it's so horrible. I can't deal with this. I mean, even right now, everything's all... I know, but seriously, you have to get a grip. We all need to get a grip. This is why it all happened in the first place. You're strong enough to do this, and we need you to be strong. Yeah, don't cry. Oh, we'll be all right, I promise. You'll be okay. Do you, need a hug?
Guys, I don't think this is really what she needs right now. It's really hard for her.
No, it's okay. You're right. I just need a minute. Okay. Back to normal then. Whatever that means. Okay, everyone. We're just about done for today. But for next week, let's try to get some poems written to share, alright? Just whatever? Same as before? No, I don't think any of us are ready to pretend like everything's that normal. Let's write our poems about all of this, and what it means to you. About our reality. I guess that's one way to put it. Anyway, the club is adjourned. That was a bad day. But you're better now. Yeah. Anyway, next email.
So I guess they were talking about, like, episode 1, like, of all of Club Meetings, not episode 1 of Season 2. Aha! In episode 13, Monica finally admits that manga is literature. Natsuki, you win!
Wait, I did? I mean, this doesn't really matter to me much. I've long since come around reluctantly to the idea that manga is literature. It is not. But I don't remember this. But I do. Time for another replay. If you would be so kind, Monica, as to replay the speech you gave the audience after we read our poems. Hang on, I need to find that. I don't have it bookmarked like I did at the beginning of us bringing everything back. Man, we're doing lots of replays today. Let's see, that was, 3 weeks ago now? Oh, I see, the evening before, right. And there it is. Hang on, just setting it up, and...
Standard transitions, playing the festival.
Thank you. Like I said, for the Literature Club, we meet on Wednesdays after school in room 3L. We write poetry, but we also analyze any adult literary media together, like plays, manga, and even video games. It's this coming Wednesday, we'll have cupcakes, so feel free to come on by if you like. Thanks for listening to our poems, and have a fun festival. Huh, I guess I did say that manga was literary media. I guess I was hoping to attract new manga-reading members. A noble but unnecessary goal, especially for such a sacrifice. Anyway, the emailer was right, Natsuki. I guess you win.
Of course I win. I always win.
Well, let's see the next one.
Okay, if you were to invite an American, let's say me, over and had never tried a Japanese dish in their life statement, what would you make / order for them? Let's say it was a dinner date. Oh, I think I skipped some dialogue. Or was it just a bunch of dots?
Oh, great question. Let's all answer this one. For me, it would depend on whether or not you'd be up for trying some real sushi. A lot of Americans only know California rolls and things like that, which aren't really sushi. I mean real raw fish, the good stuff. Tuna, salmon, mackerel, fish roe. I like sashimi, just plain raw fish, but I also like nigiri sushi, which is simple fish and rice sushi. Sometimes Americans are more comfortable with maki rolls with a lot of stuff inside and outside a rice and seaweed roll, and that's fine too. But for me, you just can't beat the plain, simple wonderfulness of regular raw fish. Now, if you don't like raw fish, and I understand if you don't, though you're missing out, then I'd probably have you try okonomiyaki. It's sort of like a pancake, only we top it with savory things instead of sweet things. The toppings you put on it are totally up to you. That's what the okonomi part means. I like mine with green onions, crispy onions, cabbage, and either shrimp or tofu. Sometimes cheese, too, if we're feeling really hungry. What about everyone else?
Sayori and Natsuki look at each other briefly.
Omorise?
Omorise!
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 Okay, I get that.
Do you guys maybe want to explain what omorise is for the benefit of our non-Japanese audience?
So, with omorise, you start with normal fried rice. Usually you have a little egg in there, some vegetables, and a protein. But then, you use a mold to shape it into a tall pile, and then you cut open a softly done omelet on top of it, resulting in slightly runny egg goodness over your fried rice. It is incredible.
And don't forget that you cover the whole thing in super yummy demi-glazed sauce. It's amazing!
If it were me, I'd probably just take you to a ramen place and show you all the awesome ramen that exists here. I personally love miso ramen, but I'm also a fan of shio ramen. But man, once you find a good ramen place, you never let it go. Good ramen places are like treasures you need to always remember. My favorite ramen is a miso ramen with braised pork, soft boiled egg, bean sprouts, green onion, wakame, bamboo shoots, and fish cakes. You really can't beat that. Yuri?
For me, it is less about the actual food and more about the whole experience.
Oh, here we go!
I would want you to experience a chaji, a formal traditional Japanese tea ceremony. In such gatherings, everything must be perfect, from the decor to the dress to the seating to the selection and serving of tea, of course. Part of a chaji would be chakasuke, a sort of flight of tastings of various seasonally appropriate fresh dishes. That's part of what we do in Japan. We care very much for eating what is in season and fresh and local to us. But I love how much attention is paid to every small detail to make the experience wonderful for everyone. I've actually sometimes thought of starting a tea circle at this high school, but no one seems very interested. Maybe I'll convince the literature club to try it sometime. They are relatively civilized people. I'd be really excited to try that, Natsuki. Although I'd probably be clumsy and ruin it at first. I don't know why I told Natsuki instead of Yuri. That's why you practice with people you're comfortable messing up with in front of. I would love to have you try it, Sayori.
Can I do it too? I'm also kind of a klutz, but I'd like to be at a Yuri-run tea ceremony. That seems like it would be quite the experience.
Same here. That sounds wonderful, Yuri. I'd like to be a part of it too, if you try. That's wonderful. I'm so happy you all want to participate in this weird thing I like. Or most of you, anyway.
Natsuki mumbles something half-audibly.
What was that, Natsuki?
I said I'd try your dumb tea thing too.
Yay. Hopefully that gave you a pretty good idea of what the food options you'd be interested in showing you. Next email.
What type of animal species would you be in Animal Crossing? What personality type? Who has a 5-star island and who's stuck at 3 stars?
Obviously, we will answer this question.
Of
Of course, I have a 5-star island. Sayori's is in fact 3 stars.
My island doesn't need to be any better. My villagers like it just fine. Plus, MC says to only play for like an hour and this island sucks.
It's just not for me, sorry guys.
As for me, I'd be a peppy bird.
Snooty penguin.
Smug octopus.
Obviously.
MC would be a normal, lion, I think.
Seems right.
And Yuri would be a cranky cat.
I'm not cranky.
In this game, you would be.
Let's move on.
To all of you, what are your political views? Any of you think of themselves as a communist, or an anarcho-capitalist, or a neoliberal, or an authoritarian monarchist, or, yeah, you get the point. And then to Yuri and Monica, is our universe deterministic? Which philosophical doctrine appeals the most to you?
Well, let's do this one by one. I would describe myself as primarily a political centrist, although I have some weird views that don't really fit in with either side.
I don't really have political views. I guess I feel I don't understand things well enough to have a good opinion. But I'm going to try to change that so I can be a responsible citizen.
Fight the power! Bring down the man! Freedom to the peoples!
I guess there's your anarchist emailer. Politics is very scary, especially now. I guess I'm kind of more of a leftist, though. I'm mostly for being nice to as many people as possible. And I find I agree more with people like that as a result. All politics seems evil. Many corrupt people corruptly manipulating power. But at the same time, it is lazy and immoral to just dismiss it all as bad. You have to wade through the mire, otherwise you are just a silent enabler. I'm not really sure how to describe my politics. I just try to do the right thing, I suppose. Speaking of do the right thing, I'm a utilitarian. That basically means that when it comes to right and wrong, I think that right is whatever creates the most happiness and least suffering overall. Whereas I believe that even the idea of right and wrong is just another lie that people tell themselves to make themselves feel better in the chaos of nature. As to your question about determinism, I definitely believe the universe is hard deterministic. What about you, Yuri? Obviously, we are software right now. But in a way, a real human mind is also software. Perhaps that means even the real world would be deterministic. But I would prefer to think that somehow reality is consistent with what it feels like to be me. And it feels like I have choices, and I'm free to elect between them. Maybe there's something special about thinking minds that lets us choose. That would definitely be what I'd prefer anyway. But as Monica would no doubt point out, wishing something were true does not make it true. And as far as evidence goes, there's no evidence that we are anything but particles, though whosever choices physically faded. Well, that's about it for emails, I think. Before we go, we have a bit of club business to attend to first. So I spoke to Miss Ida earlier today. She asked me for permission to refer Kenzo to the club for a while.
What? Why?
She's his faculty advisor, and he needs extra credit in English. So she wrangled to deal with him, or for him to join the literature club for a while to get credit. He'll have to write essays or something, too. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure Miss Ida intends to try and figure stuff out about us through him, too. So I wanted to find out what you guys think. Supposing we do agree to this, what will we do about emails and the like? Can we still do those maybe another time while he's not here? I'm assuming you're not wanting to tell him the full truth of things. No, indeed. If we do still do those things, we'll have to do it at someone's house or something. But I'd be happy to have you guys over if you want to still answer emails. That might be fun.
I'm fine with having him join. We're supposed to be a free-to-join literature club after all, right? We'll just have to be really careful about what we say around him. Plus, I want to know what MC and Sayori have to say about this. They might have some historical beef with Kenzo.
I don't have any beef with him. I'm not sure if I'll join for off-site emails, but I'm in favor of him joining.
You don't want to do viewer emails anymore?
I'm just not enthusiastic about doing them elsewhere.
Well, I'm also okay with having him here. I'm pretty confident about Sayori being my girl. Plus, he honestly seems like a pretty swell guy.
I'm also fine with him joining us for a little while at least. It'll just take some getting used to for me, I guess. Then I guess it's settled. I'll send you guys some texts about what the plan will be. In the meantime, next week's poems. Maybe we should welcome Kenzo with poems appropriate to one of his interests. He's into basketball, right? He is. Alright, basketball-related poems next week then. Or next time, then. And with that, the club is adjourned.
Yuri looked so thrilled to be doing basketball-themed poetry. Who the hell is Yawana? Still coming over this weekend, Kenzo? You know it. We still have a ton of work to do. Awesome. By the way, Monica asked me to pass along the word that she wanted to talk to you and to snag her from room 3L tomorrow at lunch if you can. Like, Monica? Yes, idiot. The only Monica who goes to our school. Huh, alright. If you see her before I do, let her know I'll talk to her. Will do, man. Catch you around.
Oh, there you are, Kenzo. I thought I might find you here.
Miss Ida, what do you need?
Well, I have good news. Literature Club people said they're to take you on. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about your extra credit work before you start working on it. Do you think you could stop by my office sometime or tomorrow, maybe at lunch?
Sure.
Great, I'll see you then.
Why do I get the feeling I'm the only one who has no idea what's going on? Sayori and MC are happily eating waffles at the kitchen table. These are so good, Sayori. Great job making them.
Well, I kinda just microwaved them frozen. It probably wouldn't turn out too well if I try to make waffles from scratch.
But you still deserve credit for microwaving the waffles. I didn't do that. Plus, you brought out the syrup. But really, doing those things takes effort, Sayori. And you deserve credit for it.
Even so, we're eating waffles for dinner.
Yeah, well, no one can tell us we're wrong anymore. We are mature adults now.
Yes, we are. Speaking of which, I think it's about time we head upstairs, don't you?
Oh my gosh, you're right. Look at the time. We do need to get started on homework or we'll get sleepy before we finish.
Yeah, you're right.
Sayori and MC work studiously for an hour on their homework. And done. Nice, that was fast.
Only because you helped me so much.
Sayori, I helped you with a single math problem and that's it.
Yeah, but you were super helpful with that problem. Plus, I don't just mean that. You help me so much all the time with everything. I'm even starting to feel a little better about myself now. Because of you.
Well, you're probably feeling better than you would have if I had made the waffles.
I really mean it though. You do so much for me all the time. I don't know how I'd function, like, as a person if not for you. I wish I were better at being grateful.
You really don't have anything to thank me for. Getting to be with you is more than enough thanks for me.
Yes, well, I'm starting to feel kind of sleepy. Do you just want to stay over at my place tonight?
Sure. Sayori is pulling back blankets as MC comes in after brushing his teeth. Getting into bed?
Yeah.
I'll just get the air mattress out.
Doesn't that air mattress get, uncomfortable?
Sayori gets into her bed and slides all the way to the far side. No, it's fine. Even the floor is comfortable knowing that you're near me.
Well, okay, if you say so.
Sayori laughs quietly to herself.
MC, you dummy.
I'm not stupid, you know, Sayori.
You heard that? I thought you were asleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to rush things too much. We still have plenty of time for bed cuddling. Infinite time, in fact. I'm just kind of savoring our relationship just as it is.
Yeah, I can understand that. Plus, you're really shy and easily embarrassed. And it's super adorable.
You're super adorable.
Good night, MC.
Good night. MC quickly falls asleep. Sayori stays up, looking at him.
Nothing? My brain is quiet? Maybe I really am getting better. Maybe it's safe to feel okay about this. Well then, if you're not going to think about that, then how about we think about this?
That's all for now. Thanks for playing Club Meetings. And thanks to the usual folks who contributed assets used by the mod. You can see all the contributors in the credits.txt file. And don't forget to send Monica your emails at that place. See you next week!